Hi, I'm Dr. Durga Prasad, consultant pediatrician at Ankura Hospital, Banjara Hills. Today we are going to discuss about the weaning foods. The most common question asked by the mothers: when do we start semi-solids to or solids to my baby? The right appropriate time for starting a semi-solid or a solid would be at 6 months of age. Till 6 months, the baby should be totally breastfed. After the feeding, but after 6 months, why are we starting a solid or a semi-solid, or why are we introducing food to the baby? Because the amount of nutrients and the amount of calories which the baby gets from the breast milk will not be sufficient for the baby to gain weight or to increase the mental the intelligence and everything, the brain, all the developmental parts. So what we usually do is we usually start off the baby with a semi-solids at 6 months of age, where the mother has to be very vigilant in this time, where they have to start what to start and what not to start. We don't suddenly introduce solids to a baby. We have to start with some rice, the powdered rice which we get as in the market, or we can do it homemade. The powdered rice which is boiled properly and made into a paste. The paste should be of a consistency of a tomato ketchup, which should not be too thin or which should not be too thick. So start off the baby with a rice cereal at 6 months of age, and it should increase gradually. Initially start off with 1 time a day and see for any reactions or any abnormalities the baby develops for the next 7 days. So that if there are no abnormalities, if the motion is normal, if there is no rash on the baby or any other side effects, we can continue the baby feeding on the cereal, and we can make it twice a day or even thrice a day. Next things to be introduced in the semi-solids would be fruits. We can start off with apple and a banana. Apple should be peeled off, boiled, and mashed and given to the baby. This can be a separate feed to the baby as apple, puree apple, or a banana which can be raw, which is to be mashed and given. Whenever you start a new food to your baby, see that you give a gap of 7 days before starting another one, because in the 7 days, we are monitoring whether the food which we have given to the baby is suitable to the baby, or whether the baby is allergic to some foods, or whether the baby will have some reactions to the foods which we have started. The next point is we gradually increase and we go into khichdi or vegetables. Next part would be khichdi or vegetable. Khichdi is take some rice or yellow dal or moong dal, boil with a lot of water and make it into a paste sort of thing. Here the point why I am stressing into make it a lot of boil with a lot of water, because most of the mothers, what they do is they cook the food and put it in a mixie. That will make it a paste. So these kids will not get used to the particles what we get in the food. So later on they start having chokings, vomitings. So try to make it with a hand, not use a blender or a mixie. Properly cook it with a lot of water, which will make it into a paste, and you can give it. You can add ghee to the khichdis. Next thing the baby we can add up is ragi. Ragi is, you can take ragi powder, boil it, and it will become a paste like a cereal, and you can start it off. When do we start non-veg or egg? After 9th month, we can start off with an egg gradually. And the baby boiled egg, you can boil the egg, take the yellow. The baby at 9 months may not be able to swallow the white part, so take the yellow, mix it off in the khichdi, or you can make it into a paste and give to the baby. Next, we can gradually go into, after 8th, 9th, 10th month, we can go into fish or chicken, which you can make to make it into small pieces and cook it properly and boil it very properly so that it becomes very tender, and you can start. After the first birthday, there is no restriction on the food. You can give the baby all the food what you eat at home, but it should be less in spices and sugar should be less. So usually what we say to the mothers is, don't give the baby added sugar or salt till 1 year. They can manage without adding anything to the baby till 1 year. After the first birthday, less spicy. You can, by 9th, 10th month, you can start off the curries, whatever you make at home, or the sambars, whatever, but it should be less spicy. So this is the way we gradually introduce food to semi-solids to the babies, and the right way. And the next point where the mother has to see is the baby should be properly hydrated. So after starting the semi-solids, The baby should be given enough amount of water so that the baby's stool gets smoother. Otherwise, when we start solids, the must complaint, they say the child is having constipation. Water is also essential to be added while you are adding semi-solids or solids to your child. Thank you.